Hey, it's Heather at Adventures in Gardening, and today I want to help you spend your seed money for next season. So today I'm going to give you a tour of the awesome flowers and plants that I grow here from seed. I'm going to give you my top picks out of all the things I grow from seed because I grow a lot of things from seed. So I'm going to save you some time and some energy, and I'm actually going to tell you where most of them came from as well as show you how beautiful they are. Now, what does it take to be an awesome flower or plant grown from seed in my garden? Now, I'm a very frugal gardener. I like to grow as many flowers and plants as possible from seed because it is the most economical way of doing things. But growing a plant from seed because you can do it more inexpensively is only part of it. I also want a plant that is going to be a producer, a shower, something that's going to get out there and go from the time that it gets to maturity up until the end of the season. And then other times I like to grow a lot of perennials from seed as well. So I'm going to show you a few perennials, quite a few flowers, and then also some things that, yes, I grew them from seed, but then after that I grow them I take cuttings from them so that I don't have to go through the whole process of seed growing. So most of the things I'm going to show you today, I have the original seed packets. I save them as a reference. So you'll know where I got them from, and then there are a few that I got from seed swaps, and I will tell you when we get there. So let's get going and walk through the gardens and look at some beautiful plants and flowers. So starting right here in our front garden bed, I want to show you the African daisy, and it is one of those annuals that you wait later in the season to actually have it bloom like this, but it is well worth the wait. It is very sturdy. It grows to about 3.5, maybe 4 feet. I have them implanted in other areas I'll show you as well. I love the color. I love I especially love the color for this time of year, late in the season. So this is a winner for sure. Okay, also in this garden bed, and it's not as showy as it was early in the season, is Nigella. And so right now there's a lot of seed pods around, but it is a stunning, beautiful blue, shades of blue in my garden, and all around it you can see that it's dropped its seed, and there are little seedlings growing for next year. So beautiful in cut flower arrangements as well. Plectranthus Silver Shield is one that I grew from seed the year before, and now I'm actually taking cuttings and overwintering them. I could just as easily grow them from seed, but due to space, I like to take the cuttings, and it's lost most of its silver sheen at this point in the season because of the sun and the heat. But what a great companion plant this is with just about anything else. It goes very well with the colors of the coleus as well as being planted by itself. Irisine is one of those accent plants that I use in hanging baskets and other combination. I love that it's an alternative to the sweet potato vine, and you can grow it from seed. It does take a little bit of time to get up and going, and I will take cuttings sometimes just to have a more mature plant in the early spring. Dichondra is everywhere. So it is available through Park Seed, and it's actually a very easy plant to grow from seed, and it grows quite quickly, but you can also take cuttings from this one and keep a little pot as a house plant over the winter and have it really get going in the spring. So I do not have the original seed packet for this tall Ageratum here. I have it growing in many different locations. It is a great source of color for in between seasons, and you can use this in cut flower arrangements as well. It looks good for the entire season. And I don't have a source for these Queen Lime red zinnias, but I know that you can get them through Baker Creek. These were part of a seed swap with my friend Julie. These have been so wonderful this year. I love the different shades that you see. Even as the plant gets older, it just gets more rosy, I guess. I love that it starts out with that really lime color with the pink on the inside. They are just absolutely stunning. I love the entire Queen Lime series, but I especially love how these look this year. So portulaca is one of those annuals that I start every single year from seed. Whether I know that I'm going to need them or not, I always end up putting them somewhere. I love the fact that you can start them very early from seed in the greenhouse, and they don't need much heat, just a little bit of protection. So I actually start these in February with just blankets as protection. So they start early and they go really late. So there's a lot of value in portulaca. And these actually self-sowed. They were in pots with the elephant ears, and they just came up just like that. So Leonotis was a new one for me this year, and I saw it at a botanical garden and sought it out, and what a fantastic tall specimen plant this turned out to be. Now, I do not recommend it for everyone, especially if you have small children. There are a couple of dangers, and one of them is right in front of you. All of these, see all those spikes? They feel like little needles in your skin. But I have them planted where kids don't have access to them. But I love the height of this plant and how quickly it grows, and I just think it's just a cool looking thing. So this has been a fun one for me to grow this year. This has actually been my favorite plant this year. The colors, the height. This is much taller than the Queen Lime Red. This is probably, it's up to my chin. I just think the color is fantastic, and the longevity of the blooms is also fantastic. It has been definitely a highlight of the garden this year. I grow a lot of calendula for medicinal uses and for skincare, and when I saw this, I'm like, oh, I need to grow this one. What a beauty this is. So this variety of amaranth I grew from seed a couple of years ago, and it self-sows. So wherever it wants to show up, I just let it self-sow, and it has such beautiful foliage and really interesting blooms. Those blooms get very tall and they will flop over. And it's actually a great food source for the birds. So spotted bee balm is a perennial that the pollinators absolutely love. Now this specimen in my garden is past its prime, but I think it still looks kind of cool. It is a self-sowing perennial, and it does spread, and I just think it's a wonderful addition to the perennial border. Chinese forget-me-not is a early annual. It is self-sowing. It has beautiful baby's breath looking blooms on it, and this is actually, so it has this great spectacular show with these long flowers, and then I cut it back and it puts on another shorter display. But beautiful blue color in the garden, and the seeds are very sticky, and they will actually stick to your clothing and travel around the garden. But I just think that they are a wonderful filler plant, and you know, I love to see blue in the garden, so it's very pretty. All right, this is my garden of whimsy, and I think that these two plants really add to that. So the rainbow sherbet is this tall celosia in these beautiful candy colors. The pollinators adore these. You can see that there are some beneficial wasps in here and some bumblebees. Look at that little bumblebee butt getting right in there and getting all that nice pollen. So I didn't know I was going to love these this much, but I really do love them. I love the colors, I love the height, and I don't even mind that I had to wait a little bit for them. And the flamingo pink is a little bit shorter, It is not this one. It is this one right here. So it's a little paler. You can see it back there. I've grown this a few years now. I really like it as a dried flower, as a cut flower. I like the pastel color, and I've got these tucked in a few different places. So next was a free gift from Baker Creek. Thank you very much for the gift. I like this zinnia. I like how sturdy it is. I know this one's a little spent right here, but I like the sturdiness of the plant, and I like the white blooms as well. And I don't think I have any to show you today that aren't halfway spent. Persian carpet zinnia is a little bit shorter. It's a little bit daintier. It has more delicate leaves to it. There's a great variety of color in the seed packet. I actually save my own seeds now for these, and I just think it's a great alternative to marigolds. Originally I started with this packet for the snapdragons, and then I had this one wonderful little peach snapdragon that came out of it, and I saved seeds from that one, and it was very stable, and I just think it is a beauty. So I do not have the seed packet for these Mission Giant marigolds, but I grow them year after year. They are great as a cut flower. They are I just think they're spectacular looking. They always look good. I deadhead them when I feel like deadheading them. What more can I say? This is a winner. I think I got them from Burpee originally, and now I save my own seeds. Carex, and we are in year 3 of growing these. I really love the color. I love the contrast against green plants. It was such an easy perennial to start. So I'm thinking I might add some more Carex to my planting schedule next year, because, man, talk about saving money by growing these from seed, and it was very easy to do. All right, so that was my list of wow things to grow from seed, and now it's your turn to help me spend my money for seeds next spring. I want to know, what is at the top of your list that just has a lot of bang for your buck, that is gorgeous, whether it's perennial or annual. We're just sticking to ornamentals, flowers, perennials at this point, because vegetables and herbs are a whole nother topic, aren't they? But so leave me a comment below. Let me know what you're growing from seed that I absolutely must try next year. So give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed spending time with me, and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next adventure in gardening. See you soon.